Hi, it's Joanne Davies, Spiritualist Medium and Psychic, and welcome back. And in this series of videos about how the spirit world communicate with us, today I'd like to talk to you about clairsentience or clear sensing. So the spirit world work with one or all of our senses at different times, and it varies from spirit to spirit and from medium to medium and from contact to contact. And I would say that in the beginning, when you're first developing, you may be aware of one sense predominantly to begin with, which may be your strongest link. So, for example, as a musician, I'm used to listening to music and to the beat, and I'm used to listening to the melody and the harmony and all the different instruments. And so it's natural for me to attune my mind to sound and to rhythm and to songs. Also, I worked as a nurse for a long time, and patients would often be telling me one thing, but I would hear in their voice something different from what their face and their words were telling me. And intuitively I would pick up when patients were fearful or worried, despite what their face and their words were saying to me. So it was later and through years and through development that spirit began to develop those other senses with me in a stronger way. And eventually you will get to a point where you realise that spirit are using all of your senses if you really analyse how you're interpreting and perceiving information from spirit. But when it comes to clairsentience, the spirit world will use clairsentience to impress physical things upon you and also to impress emotional things upon you. And they can do this subjectively in the medium's mind or objectively. So I'll explain this in a little more depth. So for example, in terms of emotion, the spirit world subjectively could bring a memory of emotion into your thoughts, into your mind. A memory of a time in your life when you felt happy or sad, or joyous or depressed. Or they could bring a memory of a person who you would deem to be depressed, whether that be someone you know in your own life, or whether it could be a thought or a memory of someone in a film, a book, a movie, a musician, a famous person, whatever. So they can bring emotions to you in that way. And that would be subjective in the medium's mind. But they can also bring emotion which is tangible to everyone in the room, which would be objective, where the medium is physically moved and visibly moved so that everyone in the room can see and feel that tangible emotion that comes from the spirit. And again, when the spirit world are using your clairsentience to impress a physical feeling. So imagine they want to impress an amputated limb upon you because that's what happened to them before they died. What they could do is they could bring a memory of a person who had an amputation. And again, that could be from your direct experience in life, i.e. a relative of yours or a patient of yours, if you're a nurse or a doctor, may have had an amputation, so they may bring that memory to you or that thought to you subjectively. But again, they can also bring it in an objective way, in a sense where the medium will be standing talking and all of a sudden they'll feel like their leg is missing and they're off balance and they're going to fall over. And everyone in the room would see and experience that objective clairsentience. Again, there will be times where the dreadful situation, for example, of suicide might be something that you need to deal with in a reading. And in the case of someone who has passed through hanging, you may see in your mind's eye a vision of, for example, the hanged man from the tarot, if you use tarot, or you may see a vision from a film that you've seen before, or a TV show. And that would be subjective in your mind, but you can also physically feel restriction around your neck objectively, where the spirit world are using that clairsentience and impressing it physically upon the physical layer of your aura, so that you feel it here in your neck on an energetic level. So spirit work in mysterious ways. They work through all of our senses at different times, and I feel personally that no thought from spirit is ever wasted, and sometimes it's so subtle we miss it or we misinterpret it. So I'll leave those thoughts with you about clairsentience, and if you have any friends who might benefit from this, then please share. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and leave me some comments, and if you subscribe you'll get a little notification the next time I post a new video. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next instalment. Take care.